My amour no more adore this man. I'd metamorphose through the course of foregoing my mask, my unrelenting, condescending romance, resentment, believing you could ever love me back, reassurance, it's quite the Trojan trap, victory lap, do my dance, memories past, mind the gap, perhaps I'm a sentimental sap, yearning for words unlearned, words that hurt, words numb, words so dumb, begging for comfort, and understanding towards our corpse I've been dragging. I'm stable now, but of course I lack the magic, that classic, borderline chaotic, out of my mind, very quite tragic, robotic peace I'd eventually find, if I could share my lines, not the kind you used to like, pantomime had I asked at the time, I'd zip my lips, pay homage, the tree remembers what the axe forgets, and I remember, it feels like such a long time ago, but it was only 2 years ago in November. I still felt the warmth of your light against a powder keg ready to blow. My future was written in black and white. Now what lies ahead's in vitro. Died in regret, admitted the tree remembers what the axe forgets. And you stand so tall. I couldn't stand so tall. So I tried to chop you down. You fall, it made no sound. The way the leaves hit the street remind me how I need to breathe. Holding for my baby to let me go, set me free from my ego, but I'm the one who holds the key. And I didn't know any better, for I hadn't met the better version of myself yet. Obsession and infatuation perverted, mistaken for depth of nurture inverted. I carry the burden of my Garden of Eden, and somehow I'm starving, though I never stop eating. I'm always hurting, embers burning, to what end? For certain, the tree remembers what the axe forgets. I lashed out, heart in doubt of psychosocial threats. Waded rocky waters without so much as a safety net. Degraded raw, many daughters, risky credibility. Thrill got to me, never cared, in fact I hoped it'd kill me. Crave relief, but I always felt so lonely, so empty. I was the manifestation of their self-harm. They were a monument to my envy. I hope he loves you hard, soft when need be. So please know that I am sorry. I'll hyperfixate while your severed fate red string asphyxiates. This axe never forgets a single tree. Oh, isn't it great? Oh, isn't it great? 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 Oh, isn't it great? Isn't it wonderful?
Altruism for a given, and tongues for a friend. Explosive infatuation, laborious
obviously forgiven. To what end? I tire of pretending that your choir is pretending, a premonition remending our dual hearts cleft. I'm out here fending off dinner forks and sockets, your fence sitting pretty, lifeline kindling a hole in a pocket. I know we're each left bereft after so much toil, and if only I could, I would grab your hand, slap on a wedding band, in all confidence with my muse we decompose into the softest soil. It's all part of the ruse, my prose, our mortal coil. But I know this is no longer an option, because then came autumn to slaughter our harvest of burden, with this song to show for the tears we'd shed, to sow our oats, hope we bled them to our coats, to nourish the seeds of Eden's garden, a dangling red threaded rope for our curtains close, to sway away voyeuristic gaze from our key motel room. I brought you a gift in the form of a solitary tea rose, awkward to reciprocate, like my kiss might have been a bit on the nose. You forgot it, so in escrow I brought it home, hung it on my wall in plain view. I always keep it close out of respect to the pain I chose in loving you. But those days must come to a close, so I accept the truth. You must go on a whim, flow on the wind, begin anew. If I can withstand this, then I suppose I'm bulletproof. I'm sorry for everything. I miss you, I miss everyone, I miss all of you. I miss myself. I miss the me I was when I caused you harm. Because life is just so boring now, it's so boring. I'm just so bored. I'm just so bored. I'm just so empty, I'm just nothing. I feel nothing all the time, I feel nothing. I feel nothing, I feel nothing, I feel nothing, I feel nothing. I feel nothing. Conflict is such a quick fix, it makes me sick the way it all clicks. It tricks me into believing that people only care when they're squeezing their trigger by a hair. When on a tear I self-medicate, pixelated barbiturates, blissfully unaware. Can I really claim to be an ally to the women in my life? My discipline's not so great when my DOC objectifies, and dopamine feeds me lies and other bullshit. And every single woman I've ever loved has been abused, and I guess I couldn't take that in stride, and I took it personally, despite the fact that I myself perpetuated that very same patriarchy. Admitted I wanted to murder him for what he did to you. Couldn't ignore what you'd heard. Oh, the absolute nerve deserved to recuperate from your hurt. And if I drew my axe, I'd only make it worse, as I tried to find my self-worth and all I lacked through a gaping wound in his back. So you ran, your tears formed an igloo I couldn't hack. How I co-opted your trauma, the worst night of your life, and made it all about me, because I was born to hate, to worship the drama. Despite any altruistic intentions in your eyes, I was no longer any better than him. You asked me why I couldn't just let us be happy. Well, that word really didn't exist in my vocabulary. The axe fiended for blood, no matter how many trees it decreed. And then you told me how I was the first person you messaged in the morning through sandy eyes, and how I was the last goodbye before you called it a night, and how I was all your future held, star bright, and that I was the only thing keeping you alive. But that's not right. No one should ever be all that for anybody. You should strive to be your own FP, and I should find no need to garner serenity in grief, because 'cause I'm getting to know the new me, and he's working to value his peace. Guess I'd never have managed to circumvent the damage if I hadn't attempted a dosage in abundance and reckless abandon, and checked into crisis where I met a young woman with whom I shared porridge and words of rapport. She poured out her heart about Halloween night and explored every doubt that was on her mind, empathized and gave advice I'd managed to design, obliged that a fire so bright was bound to ignite a spark, burning passions and torch to carry us through the dark. Although true how our feelings are often quite bizarre, so too are the shamrocks in place of our hearts. And I still think about her often, though we don't write anymore. I lay my axe at your feet on this blood-stained floor, but I will not admit defeat. So, Snow White, all blue, clover, but I'm the fourth leaf. I love you all. I hope you all find relief.